Have you ever wondered, was there really only one gunman involved in the JFK assassination? The echoes of that fateful day on November 22, 1963, still reverberate through the corridors of time, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions. The world watched in horror as the youthful and charismatic 35th President of the United States, John F. Kennedy, was struck down in the prime of his life and presidency. A nation mourned, and a world stood still, grappling with the reality of such a tragic loss. The official narrative, a lone gunman, Lee Harvey Oswald. But could one man have really orchestrated this heinous act alone? Could there have been multiple shooters? A conspiracy perhaps lurking in the shadows of Dealey Plaza that day? These questions have sparked countless investigations, theories, and debates. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the events that led to, occurred during, and followed the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. To understand the circumstances of JFK's assassination, we need to journey back to the political climate of 1963. John F. Kennedy, the charismatic 35th President of the United States, was no stranger to controversy. His term in office was marked by several key decisions that shaped not only the nation's future, but also the world's. From his handling of the Bay of Pigs invasion to his stance on civil rights, JFK's policies were a mixed bag of successes and failures, earning him both praise and criticism. JFK's presidency was a tumultuous time in American history. The nation was gripped by the Cold War, and the threat of nuclear annihilation loomed large. Kennedy's role in escalating the Vietnam War and his hardline stance against communism further polarized public opinion. In the midst of this political melee, JFK decided to embark on a trip to Texas in November 1963. The purpose? To mend political fences and boost his chances for re-election in 1964. Texas, with its 25 electoral votes, was a crucial battleground state. The trip was an opportunity for JFK to connect with the people, to rally support, and to show them that he was, indeed, a president for all Americans. His itinerary included 5 cities over 2 days, with Dallas being the final stop. On the morning of November 22nd, JFK and his wife Jackie departed from Fort Worth for Dallas, where a motorcade awaited them. As they stepped off Air Force One, they were greeted by a cheering crowd, a stark contrast to the looming disaster. The motorcade route through Dallas was designed to give JFK maximum exposure to the public. Thousands lined the streets, waving and cheering, as the president's open-top limousine passed by. The atmosphere was electric, filled with anticipation and excitement. However, as the motorcade turned onto Elm Street, a sense of dread began to permeate the air. As JFK's motorcade turned onto Elm Street in Dallas, Texas, little did anyone know that these would be his final moments. On November 22nd, 1963, a sunny day in Dallas would turn into one of the darkest in American history. A sense of anticipation filled the air as President John F. Kennedy and the First Lady, Jacqueline Kennedy, embarked on a motorcade through Dealey Plaza. Dallas was a city brimming with excitement as its citizens eagerly awaited the chance to see their charismatic leader in person. As the presidential limousine turned the corner onto Elm Street, the crowd roared in approval. But the cheers and applause was suddenly drowned out by the chilling echo of gunshots. In a matter of seconds, the atmosphere shifted from jubilation to confusion, then horror. The president had been shot. The First Lady, in a state of shock, cradled her husband as their vehicle sped towards Parkland Memorial Hospital. However, at 1 p.m., the official announcement was made. President Kennedy had succumbed to his injuries. Meanwhile, in the Texas School Book Depository, overlooking Dealey Plaza, a man named Lee Harvey Oswald was fleeing the scene. Within an hour and a half of the assassination, Oswald was arrested not for the murder of the president, but for the fatal shooting of a Dallas police officer, J.D. Tippit. It was only later that evening, after the discovery of a rifle and 3 spent shell casings in the book depository, that Oswald was charged with the assassination of President Kennedy. In the immediate aftermath of the assassination, the nation was plunged into a state of shock and mourning. The images of that fateful day in Dallas were seared into the collective memory of a generation, marking the end of an era of optimism and the beginning of an era of skepticism and disillusionment. In the chaos following the shots, a man named Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested. But was he the only one responsible? As we delve deeper into the events of that day, we'll explore the numerous conspiracy theories that have arisen in the years since Kennedy's assassination. Stay tuned, for the mystery is far from over. In the aftermath of JFK's assassination, numerous conspiracy theories have sprung up, questioning the official narrative. Each one a riveting tale of intrigue and mystery, suggesting a more complex and sinister plot than what we've been led to believe. One of the most popular theories is the second gunman theory. This theory postulates that there was a second shooter located on the infamous grassy knoll. Witnesses and acoustic evidence have been cited to support this theory, and the magic bullet trajectory has been put under scrutiny. The theory suggests that the bullet's path was too complex to be the work of a lone gunman. Another theory suggests that the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA, was involved. This theory argues that JFK's alleged intentions to dismantle the CIA and his refusal to support military action in Cuba led to his assassination. The CIA, in this theory, orchestrated the assassination to protect their interests and maintain the status quo. Then there's the mob theory. This theory proposes that Kennedy's assassination was a result of his brother, Attorney General Robert Kennedy's crackdown on organized crime. The mob, feeling threatened, allegedly retaliated by orchestrating the assassination. Not to be left out is the theory suggesting that Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson was involved. This theory postulates that Johnson, in his ambition to become president, conspired to have Kennedy assassinated. And let's not forget the umbrella man theory. This quirky theory suggests that a man seen holding an umbrella on that sunny day in Dallas was signaling the shooter or shooters. These theories, and many others, have been the subject of countless books, documentaries, and films over the years. Each theory has its proponents and critics, with evidence and counter-evidence debated passionately. While these theories remain unproven, they continue to fuel public curiosity and skepticism. They remind us that the JFK assassination is not just a tragic event in history, but a mystery that has yet to be fully unraveled. JFK's assassination left a deep and lasting impact on America and the world. In the wake of this tragic event, the nation was left grappling with grief, shock, and a multitude of unanswered questions. A wound was inflicted on the American psyche that day. A wound that in many ways has never fully healed. To seek answers, President Lyndon B. Johnson established the Warren Commission in the same month of the assassination. The commission was tasked with investigating the circumstances surrounding Kennedy's death. After 10 months of inquiry, they concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in assassinating JFK. However, their findings would be met with widespread skepticism, fueling a host of conspiracy theories that persist to this day. Beyond the immediate shock and grief, JFK's assassination had long-term effects on American society and politics. It marked the end of an era often referred to as Camelot, an age of hope, optimism, and progress. Kennedy's youthful vigor and charismatic leadership had inspired a generation, and his sudden death left a void that was hard to fill. In the political sphere, JFK's assassination led to a shift in power dynamics. Lyndon B. Johnson assumed the presidency, and under his administration, the country saw significant policy changes, including the escalation of the Vietnam War and the passage of landmark civil rights legislation. The assassination also led to increased security measures for the president and other high-ranking officials. Furthermore, JFK's assassination fueled a deep-seated mistrust in the government and its institutions. This skepticism, often linked to the perceived inconsistencies and secrecy surrounding the investigation into Kennedy's death, has had a profound impact on the American collective consciousness. Finally, JFK's assassination has had a lasting cultural impact. It has been the subject of countless books, movies, and documentaries reflecting our continued fascination and unresolved feelings about this tragic event. More than 60 years later, JFK's assassination still raises questions and the search for the truth continues. Despite the passage of time, the JFK assassination remains shrouded in mystery. We've revisited the road to Dallas, relived the fateful day of the assassination, dived into the swirling vortex of conspiracy theories, and reflected on the lingering legacy of JFK's untimely demise. Yet, despite our deep dive into the abyss of the past, we find ourselves still grappling with the question: were there multiple gunmen involved in the assassination? Theories continue to evolve and debates rage on, fueled by the unquenchable thirst for the truth that seems to elude us. The JFK assassination isn't just a historical event. It's a living, breathing enigma that continues to perplex, to fascinate, and to draw us into its intricate web of intrigue. Whether we'll ever know the whole truth about JFK's assassination is uncertain. But one thing is for sure: it will continue to captivate and intrigue us for years to come.